there are so many taboos related to periods and related to the fact that you're not supposed to enter the kitchen, you're not supposed to enter the temple, you're not supposed to touch any puja ka samagri, anything during periods. And this has been going on in Indian families, and still I know many people who come from our social background who still believe in this. So it's not about being from an educated background. It's not about that. So Purvi, I would like you to address this. Why do you think there is still this mind block in people of our age group as well, in young people as well? They still believe in this concept that period blood is impure and that you're not supposed to indulge in any religious activities while on your period.
And I personally believe that this is conditioning. Okay, this also depends on the way the way the family has raised you, the people around you, the rigidity of their thinking. Urban and rural, maybe it depends a lot on where have you been raised, in the city or in the rural areas. It depends on your upbringing, the kind of school you go to. That is definitely there, or also very relevant for urban setups. But I personally think that when we're addressing taboo, especially for organizations like us who mostly work, who entire focus is on breaking stigma, normalize. You started this podcast by saying that we girls love talking about periods, but tell me, how many of us do?
Yes.
It's true.
How many of us would actually want to watch a video of three women and sitting and talking about periods? No. Right. And it is something which is very I think girls now do talk about periods, but it's only restricted to those some friends that we're very open with. You would not want to actually talk about it in a dinner table. It's a complete no-no.
Yeah, something unusual happens if Akshay Kumar comes and talks about period. Everyone wants to see and watch it.
Absolutely. And I will get to that later. How Akshay Kumar and Ayushmann Khurrana, they are changing the game for taboo topics, right? Bhumi Badnekar, I mean, these people are,
amazing.
Absolutely. And they're making way for us.
Yes.
It's difficult for a small organization to reach the mass like this, right? To get together families to come in a small theater and watch a movie on body boundaries and talking about sex education. You know that movie? Oh my God.
OMG, yeah.
OMG 2. Yeah. So yes, coming back to your question, where does this stem from? Where does the stigma stem from? When I also personally believe it's a lot to do with your religious beliefs. Okay, and you have to be very sensitive. When you're addressing that, you cannot simply, and this comes from a personal observation, personal experience, that you cannot go to a community and one fine day you're telling them that what you've been doing for years, what your grandmother has been, or your forefathers have been doing for years, it's completely wrong. It has no scientific logic. I think it'll be very difficult for them to accept that in the first place, and you will be in a very wrong position to be actually imposing